Dear friends, hello. I'm David Afremov and welcome to my evening show. Today I decided to talk about couple things. We're gonna have two subjects. First subject, it's nice subject. It's called We're Going to Hell. Second subject, forgery, yes or no. So first of all day long I'm thinking what my father would do, what my father would say, and which way we need to go. Because recreation signed by him almost gone. Studio work, it's studio work. We're gonna talk about it in the next subject. But what he would do, he loved to help. I love to help. So we decided from November 1st, we're gonna open Leonid Afremov Art Foundation. It's gonna be special art foundation. Hi, Robin. It's gonna be special art foundation in the name of my father that's going to help real artists or regular artists with everything. Free of charge, we're gonna give them lessons. Free of charge, we're gonna give them all support that they need to sell their art, to exhibit their art. All my advices, all knowledge of my team gonna be provided to the artist, everything. If artist not able to buy canvas, to buy oils, we're gonna support it. We're gonna help to the artist. This, I think my father would be happy. This decision came to us today. We were talking about it about a couple weeks, and I think it's a good idea to continue the legacy of my father, because I know a lot of artists, they're not capable to create their work because they don't have income. They don't have money to buy stuff, to buy oil paint, to buy canvas, to buy brushes. They simply don't have money for it. I know artists from countries like, let's say, Eastern Europe. We have countries like in Africa, like Latin America. They're not capable to buy canvas. They're not capable to open PayPal accounts. They don't know. They don't have knowledge. My font, it's not multi-million dollar font, unfortunately. But I would be able to give something in exchange of nothing, just to help. Because we were thinking, how could we help? And this, I think, it's the best solution. We're gonna help artists, no matter where they're located, no matter what they're doing. We're gonna help. We're gonna help with knowledge, little money, and art supplies. It's a beginning. Then, after we're gonna start doing it, the next step gonna come. We're gonna know what more people need, so we could provide it. Because it's no any art font in the world that are doing the same. I don't know anybody. And we're gonna help. It's gonna be premium of Leonid Afremov for the best work. It's gonna be a lot of stuff. We just want to help to the artists all around the world. So pretty soon I'm gonna announce the art foundation of Leonid Afremov. It's gonna be new and very unique. Just help to the artist. I have a team of couple people. They're gonna help. For example, artists want to sell on Etsy, and he don't know how. We're gonna explain, show the bottom side, good side, bad side, what he can expect. I have artists, for example, one artist from Peru, he said, people want to buy from me, but how I accept the card? We're gonna help them to set up PayPal. I'm gonna give advices what to do, how to protect their art, how to ship their art. Now we're working with UPS and DHL, so probably, I don't know yet. For example, my company, we have up to 80% discount. 80%. And for example, for me to ship painting from here to Australia, gonna cost $35. For the artist from Australia to ship painting here without my discounts is gonna cost him $200. So maybe we can allow them to use our shipping account, so they're gonna have the same discounts. It's a lot of stuff that I can help. I can help a lot to a lot of people, to a lot of artists. And I think it's going to be nice continuation of the legacy of Leonid Afremov. I'm interested in your opinion, what do you think? Because for me, it's a new idea. I help artists anyway, but now it's going to be specific help. So we're going to concentrate. I'm going to concentrate on the help to the artist. Pricing, advices. Artists need advices. Legal stuff. We have a lawyers that can help to make a contract, to check the contract. Of course, we're not able to help to everybody, but we could help as much people as we could. Also, for example, artists create beautiful painting, but he don't know how to sell, and he don't have access to the big size to sell it because he located at some locations that it's not possible, no connection. We're going to be able to help him to list on my site, to list on Facebook. I'm going to help on Amazon, any other site, free of charge. Of course, we don't need their 10%, 5%, nothing. It's just foundations that help artists. We're working now on the legal side of the foundation, so soon it's going to be announced, I believe in November 1st. Okay, so this is the first part. The second part that I want to talk with you about it, you remember this morning I had a live show from my office. I had a live show from the office. I show the studio, how people in the studio doing the copies. So I received very interesting comment from some person from Australia. I don't even think he's a buyer. I don't know where he fell to this blog, but he fell here and he left a comment. His comment started like, before it was called Forgery. So what I'm doing, he think I'm using the fame and talent of my father to capitalize. So I would like to explain and give an answer, because first of all, I worked with my father 32 years, all my life. I don't see myself separated from him. What I'm doing, I just continue to do what he done. The new stuff that I adding charity foundation, I adding some small changes to the site, but nothing changed in the structure of the company. I don't change anything. So I'm not doing capitalization on it. It's bullshit. Forgery, not forgery. What the forgery is? Forgery, if now my artist is going to make a painting and we're going to sign as a Leonid Afremov. Not good. What we're doing the recreation copies. These copies are done for the last 10 years. They were done under my father's supervision and with his help. Now they done separately. In the listing, it's clearly stated, it's not Leonid Afremov painting. It's painting by his studio. So if studio does painting, I don't see here any issue. It's not a forgery. We, family of Afremov, hold full trademark and copyright for all my father's works. And we have the right to continue what he done. Of course, I'm not selling them as an originals or even as an recreation done by my together with my father. It's absolutely separated product. It's a copy done in the studio. Studio artist, continue legacy of Leonid Afremov. It's not forgery. So the person thinking maybe 10, 20 years, going to be huge confusion. Painting created by Afremov, painting not created by Afremov. Originals, unique, one of a kind, all listed in the catalog already. So they listed in the catalog, it says they listed in the catalog. Now they listed the recreations, they listed in the catalog. Photo of the actual painting, signature, everything protocolized. The new pieces, they're not on catalog. It's a studio works. So it's not going to be any confusion, because take any artist, Renoir, Rembrandt, Goya, they all have big studios, a lot of studios, a lot of artists. Leonardo da Vinci also was working like this in one studio. It's normal. It's really normal. After artists passed away, studio, or separated, everybody created his own, or continue to do under the brand name. Let's say Louis Vuitton, he created beautiful bag. He passed away. What bag stopped to be created? Of course not. Of course, the bags that he created himself cost a fortune. But bags that created by his studio, it's under his brand. Same as here. It's not forgery. I hate this word. It's a copy. Student work exactly as we advertise it. Of course, if I'm gonna now start asking them to make new paintings and sign as my father, actually nobody can sign like him. His signature is like, you need to hold with knife or brush very, you need to have very strong hand. So this is not good. This is gonna destroy his name. But I'm not doing it, and even not planning. Why? We have studio works, and we can continue. My father wanted his legacy, his idea was his business gonna live forever. His grandkids gonna work in his company. So studio works, they're doing beautiful copies. The difference between my father recreation and studio copies, it's very funny. The copies are look much more similar to the original than his actual recreation. Because when he does the recreation, he used to do the recreation, studio do background, little here, little there, and so he finished. But he finished as he want. Now studio artists, they don't finish as they want. They finish as they see on the screen. So they're trying to replicate as close as possible. So yes, it's different. I don't know any artist. Maybe Kincaid's, they have also studio of artists that working under his brand. But I don't know any artist. I don't know nobody that does the same as we do. Usually artist passed away, that's it. He passed away. But my father's knowledge, his soul, gonna live in the other artists. They're gonna continue doing what he does. I think it's good. Someday my studio artists gonna create their own works and we're gonna list them. And it's not gonna say created by Afremov, it's gonna say created by Afremov. Studio, artist, Christian, artist, Andrea, artist. Names? Why not? And we're still hiring artists all around the world. So if you want to come to work with us, great, you need to pass like exam through me, Christian, and a couple other people, and we're gonna train you, and you can work. Try to imagine. Artist, usually it's a hobby. To become professional, to make a living of it, not possible. Basically not possible because you need to work through galleries, you need to start selling, you need to have some support. And we already giving support to about 20 people. My father trained them, so he trained them not for the reason after he passed away we're gonna close it. And we don't create forgery. Forgery, it's if somebody else gonna create painting, what we remove every day from eBay. Every day I remove them from different sites, hundreds, thousands of items. And they take my image, it says painting of Leonid Afremov. And a little letter on the very bottom of the page that you don't even gonna scroll there, said, copy of the painting by Afremov created in Republic of China or Hong Kong or Czech Republic. So it's a forgery. Copycat, forgery, copyright violation. But when in our studio we create copy of my father's painting and we say it's a copy, it's a copy. If we sell, it's a recreation. It's a recreation. So what's the difference between recreation and copy? Recreation is painting created by my father in his studio. Copy is when a studio artist doing the copy. I don't see any problem here. They don't sign under my father. I have a question. Let me see. Okay, when the original is gonna be on sale? Never. Don't ask me about sales. It's over. What's funny, about 2 months ago, we offer originals from my father's home collection for $100. Buy one, you get second free. We had this offer. We choose one painting every day, something small, of course, not Ali by the Lake, something small. And we always was offering, to bring traffic, to bring attention. It's no longer, never gonna be. I cannot afford studio artists to do this. And I cannot, of course, to send my father real originals like this. It's over. Some part of the company, it's over. No more new deals on originals. Originals, we have 800 pieces available. It's set. Surprises, I did 2 promotions for surprises. It's set. It's over. It's in respect to my father, I did promotions that he loved, but it's over. Deal of the day, we have 20, 30 pieces left. They're gonna sold, it's over. Other categories have 10 pieces, 15 pieces, 20 pieces. They sold, it's over. We only have studio. So, when my father was done with the recreation, sometimes, let's say Christian, he did recreation 90%, but anyway, my father come and said, no. Add here, add there. He was there all the time, walking with his knife, like this recreation done by him. With his studio, exactly as stated online. Now he gone. So we have recreation that done by studio artist and signed by studio artist. Never signed by my father because he cannot sign. For example, we sold couple paintings that are not signed by my father because he passed away. So the person bought them, it was fresh paintings, and he received them unsigned with a special certificate of authenticity. What to do? And the person was not happy. He said, no, I want sign. I pay you money for sign. I refunded the money. And the order was like pretty big, as couple $1,000. I didn't ask my studio said, oh, let's sign. Of course not. It's an originals. Originals, it's only done by my father. 100%. Recreation, him and studio. Now they gone, we have only studio works. So it's not a forgery. It's just different product. Different paintings. Done by technology of Leonid Afremov. Done under supervision of his best students. But it's not forgery. I never list unique one-of-a-kind originals that he not created. All originals listed on Afremov.com. You go to category originals. Everything that we have is there. Everything. Everything is there. Also surprises, but all in the catalog. So soon, hopefully, the Mexican companies that doing the online application finish the catalog, and you're going to be able to see your name there. So I'm really sorry, but probably this person was thinking I'm going to hide it or they remove the post. Of course not. We have nothing to hide. While my father was alive, and now we don't hide anything. I go with my camera in the office without even letting know to my workers, to my studio artists, shipping departments that I'm filming them. Because we do nothing bad there. Copies, it's copies. Originals located in my home. We sold unique one-of-a-kind originals after my father passed away. 4 pieces in total. 4 pieces to 4 super lucky person that bought it in the first half an hour after we announced his death before we increased the prices. 2 landscapes, 1 cat painting that were located in gallery. It took 1 month to get it, and 1 seascape. Seascape, it was sold in the first day. It's it. No more originals were sold after that point. Surprises, yes. But surprises is different. It's his last best promotion. We received it and we just gave them away. But originals, only it's it. What was sold, it's sold. Everything else is or recreation by the studio. Nothing else. So there is no forgery here. I think this person should be shamed because he don't understand the point of family business, of family artist, of the art itself. He thinks, basically a lot of people think, oh, whatever artist created and signed, it's it. He passed away, nobody can touch it. It's not true. You know how artists are learn in the university. They doing copy of the great artist all the time. Copies. They're sitting in the museum and trying to copy the great artist. And we have a studio that my father trained. He trains them for the reason so they can do the recreations themselves. If you notice, some people like know my website better than I do. We listed the paintings of the studio before my father passed away, much before, like almost a month. And he was not dying. He was like, he had the issue with the gout, sugar, like. But it's the people live until age 100 with the same issues. And he passed away from like massive stroke. Who knows what it was? Here it's like now it's just hypothesis. We don't. The heart is stuck. He was sitting, talking, and then passed out. CPR, 1 hour and a half. Ambulance, brought to the hospital. The hospital said like heart they pumped, but brain not functional. Then the heart stopped working. So a combination of a lot of stuff. That's what happened. I visited the cemetery today because my daughter arrived from the United States. My older daughter studying in the States. So this was I've been there. And I'm gonna continue what my father started. And when I go, I hope my kids gonna continue what I started. Then in 200 years, people still gonna be able to join Afremov paintings. They're gonna have fun hanging real painting on the wall. Because, probably a person like that sent me a message, he thinks we need to concentrate on prints and posters. They are dead, those prints and posters, they flat. Take any painting, anything. For example, this piece. My father not had time to do the sides. Now it's gonna stay like this white. Even sides on original he does himself. But when you touch it, you feel it. I touch the painting and I can easily say what is painted there. Because it have feeling of the artist. Print, poster, never gonna do it. Never poster, anything like this gonna do it. Because it's a real painting. It's real, you can touch it. This is why studio works, a continuation of work of my father. They do copies. Let's say, if we do print on canvas and put mechanical signature, it's called forgery? No, it's called limited edition, and people say, yeah. But quality of the copies are done by real artists trained by my father better than this print. The quality even better than the recreations that he does, because he used to do recreations fast. He wanted to do something new, and we had issues with him all the time when we did the recreation. I said, come on, look, here is the 2 people, you painted 3. So, I'm the artist, I can do it. I said, but client, order copy of this painting. No, it's not a copy. It's original recreation. I'm doing the new piece. This was all the time like a hard part with him. I said, look, this person not gonna be happy. Okay, we're gonna exchange it. I have other version, but this I want to finish this way. I am the artist. I want to do it. This was his point of view. Studio paintings, it's basically they're trying to make as close as possible to original. No left, no right, close as possible. So I like this idea more than Giclées. I like this idea more than prints. Prints are bold, they're dead. Here we have real artists trying to bring joy to your home, to put your real painting. Of course, it's signed differently. It's have everything different. And the person that think that original, it's going to be confusion in the future? Never. Take a look, you go to any museum, take a look work of Goya, and you will see works that he created and created in his studio. Or Rembrandt, you can see, for example, big painting with a lot of portraits, you will see faces done so genius, but everything else is like mediocre. You simply understand everything else, it's a background done by the studio, and he were doing the main part. Same as was my father. Now his studio doing the copies. Copies, I don't know what value do they have artist-wise, like investment value. I have no clue. But it's just beautiful paintings created by talented artists based on my father's work. So, of course, whatever he signed himself, it's have much higher value. But let's say if you're not buying for investment and you have a question, what to do? Giclée for 89 or painting for 109? Don't think. Giclée, it's a print. Print on canvas where my father with a brush put 10 strokes and then he signed it. And he did them a lot. Or real painting done in his studio. It's much different. Or recreations that he signed and he did, but it's very few left. I even don't want to talk about it. Studio artists, they obligated to create something their own. I want they create something their own, and we're doing like a special day where everybody just work on his own work, what he want to create on his own. And little by little, it's only 1 month pass. I had no time to do it, so many things. It's going to be category of their original paintings. And their works are original because they're created by original artists. So it's even, don't think it's real originals, but they are not listed yet. So this is like what's going to happen. So it's not a forgery. It's not destroy name of my father. It's make him pioneer. First artist that make his studio public, that open all the cards and show everything, how it's done. This is an original I created. This is painting created by studio under my supervision, and I did some touch-ups. This is a recreation. And this is unique pieces, copies done by my studio artist. Everything clear and open. Maybe in 100 years or 50 years, the people that learn art and like study art, this, how my father calls them, like useless people that don't know nothing except just to talk about art and stuff like, oh, artist was thinking about this, artist idea. Who knows what the artist was thinking? So they're gonna break the head. Oh, this is signed by studio, but who? Of course, but is this also going to bring higher value to the copy, to originals and original recreation, because it's done by the artist. And because we're going to continue working, the name going to be more and more popular. Okay, more questions? You always can exchange, Brian, you always can exchange Giclée for studio painting. Studio now it's 109. If Giclée not shipped, just shoot me email, we're going to upgrade you. It's a difference, it's $30. Giclée have good investment value. People love Giclée. Why? Why people love Giclée and prints? Try to imagine. You want to drive like super good car, I don't know, some Porsche, Lamborghini. You cannot afford it. And suddenly Lamborghini, Porsche doing the bicycle. It's a regular bicycle, same as any other bicycle, but with under the brand. And you say, come on, now I can afford it. So what are you riding? I'm riding Lamborghini. Same with a big artist, like let's say Picasso, Chagall. They also wanted to do something affordable to the regular people because they perfectly understand. Originals, priceless. But what they gonna sell, what the relative gonna sell, grandkids, grandkids were gonna sell. So it was created some kind of etching, giclée, lithograph, cheaper production. Limited edition, sometimes it's limited edition of 5,000 pieces. In our case, my father never did more than 100. He hated to do the same. So it's same as you own like an original. You have Afremov. You have Afremov paintings. You have originals. You cannot afford it. You have Afremov recreations. It's a little bit pricey. You have Afremov signed giclée. Yes, it's really signed by my father. No problem. Signed, certificate of authenticity, everything's there. So it's good, but if you just buy for home decor, buy studio work, it's super good quality, much better quality than any other piece of art that any other printed art, because it's real, it's done by the real artist with a soul, with the energy, with everything. This is basically my concern when people ask, oh, I want to buy a giclée because I don't want the studio. What's the reason you're investing? No, I don't really care investment, but it's signature of the art is there. Yes, it's true. For example, I know one artist, I'm not even going to say the name. He was just signing empty canvases like that. Big deal. My father was signing actual giclée. He was touching them. This white giclée, we have very little. Take a look how many giclée listed. Very few. And they all small edition. So giclée will have very small amount. Because my father hated just to sign his name and do couple touches. He wanted to change it. He wanted to do it something. Okay, question? Yeah. I'm always honest. I'm always transparent. I even thinking if internet would be little better in Playa del Carmen, I would put web cameras in all office so you will see live all the time what's going on in the office. It can be a good idea and it's going to be bring us popularity more, but technically I cannot do it. The internet is not enough even sometimes to print the shipping label. Try to imagine that sometimes we're printing shipping label from 4G. Can you imagine? From 4G we're using to print shipping label. It's a joke. So this is like how it's working. Soon my father gonna be on TV. We already talking with some New York channels. It's gonna be story about my father on TV. Also, we're working now with a magazine called Entrepreneur. We're gonna be there. I do the best to make him famous more than he was alive. But I never gonna stop his legacy only because somebody called it forgery and think what's gonna happen in 100 years. I don't care. Originals, it's always originals. No studio artist can create new original in the level of my father. No person in the world can create new original in the level of my father. No student, maybe except Christian and Andrea, can do the decent copy of the cats. because I received so many offers to do the cats, and basically Chris can do it, but it's take him a week or even 2 weeks to create it. Another 2 months to this cat to dry, because cat is different technique and it's need to dry 2-3 months just for we can touch it. Who gonna wait for it? How much money do we need to charge? Even more than we charge for my father work. So we sold one cat cheap, relatively. And Boris told me, no, we must to cancel the order. I said, no, we don't cancel anything. You forgot to increase prices. It's your fault, not the buyer. All paintings come rolled up unless you purchase stretching cover grade. Why do they come rolled up? You have more option. To stretch painting locally, people are afraid of the stretching because they think somebody called me today and said, oh, you know, to stretch painting going to cost $300. You just don't look. Painting have a stretcher bar. Each wood cost about $2. So you need 4. It's $8. They are self-assembled, like you connect them. Then you need a staple gun that you just put staples here. It's set. You can bring to any art shop and they charge you $50, same as us. I say we sell art cheap, but stretching we sell the same price as anybody else. So, but if you want to have it framed, you don't need to have it stretched now, because framer anyway he gonna change his stretching, so you're gonna just lose the money. So painting is ready to be hanged, ready to be stretched, but it's not stretched. ¿Dónde vivo? Yo vivo en Playa del Carmen y yo vivo en Miami, en Boca Raton, tengo también casa en Israel y un casita en Londres. You're citizen of the world. I'm citizen of the world. So I live everywhere when I want to live. I have residence more than anybody else, because let's say I need to stay in London for 3-4 months to work there, to do lecture, to help the franchisees there. Then I go into another country. I'm traveling. Y comprar, you can do only through Afremov.com website. Paintings exclusively on Afremov.com website. And my huge request, por favor, please, do not support fakers. Do not support fake art. Because when you do it, you just give money to the pocket of thieves. Some people think we're doing forgery with a studio, but it's not true, because we have the right, legal right, to do the copies of my father's work, continue his legacy. Of course, I have no right to put his name on the painting and say it's a unique original that he created. But I always can ask studio to create copy, and if I say it's copy, it's a copy. Okay, question. Painting can lay flat. For example, in my office, we have paintings lay flat for years. Now, for example, with all recreations, they like on stacks. But very important, if paintings are varnished, they cannot go one on another, so they glue. This is why we varnish them only after they sold, and we don't ship them till varnish is completely dry. Because if varnish is not dry, what's gonna happen? That happened 3 months ago. If you go to this complaints board website, you will find the complaints from the people painting arrived damaged. Try to imagine you have painting, varnish, not dry completely. What's mean not completely? This varnished, you see? If painting is freshly varnished, what mean freshly? Sometimes 3 weeks, 4 weeks till varnish dry completely. You touch it, you hear the try to imagine, when we pack it, here we have bubble wrap, here we have special foam, and varnish not dry completely. You attach it, and that's it. Because of the pressure, it's go inside, and painting is ruined. This is why I explain Usually, when my father was alive, we don't have this volume of varnishes that we need to do. So we do 2, 3 varnishes, like 5 varnishes a day, 10, like max on Black Friday, 20 varnishes a day. But now, basically, we sold in 1 month all our collection of recreation. Basically, all of them. Just some of them left, but not many. And we need to prepare for shipping by varnishing a lot of paintings. And we cannot send them because varnish is a little bit sticky. How we check it? We take it like a piece of paper and we put on the painting, and if it stay like this, it's mean varnish is not done yet. You need to wait. This is why we shipped a lot of orders separately. Try to imagine, I don't charge you shipping. You bought 3 paintings. For me, easier and cheaper to ship 1 package, but I ship 3, so you make you happy, so painting will arrive on time. Because if varnish, it's a little bit sticky. And why some painting faster, some painting slower? Look here. Here texture is not really big. So varnish gonna dry faster. Some texture is bigger and varnish can dry 3 weeks longer. This makes delays. But you receive a good product. It's most important. It's not a bread that you need to eat it now. Some people need it as a gift for like holidays. Of course, if they contact us, we're gonna arrange the gift. If the lady told you for 150, tell her she's a rip-off, it's too expensive. Go to Michael's Art Supply, buy stretcher bar for $10. This is what we buy from them. Assemble it, buy staple gun for another $15. Staple it. I even can say video on YouTube how to do it. It's easy. So 150, it's too much. Good question, Alexei Chernobyl. Okay. If you watch my personal previous video, painting signed differently. How signed painting of my father? Leonid Afremov and day and year. This painting I used for shows during a year, and my father not have no time to do the sides, so it stayed on the side. Paintings of the studio. Front is gonna say Afremov R, no word Leonid, and it's gonna say Afremov R, like R trademark. And here gonna say Leonid Afremov Studio, painting created by name of the artist and date. It's going to be signed by the person that did it. So it's not signed by my father, not signed as he used to sign. It's signed differently. It's signed by studio that created the painting. Because if artist created, he need to sign. Before that, when my father was alive and he was supervising the studio, of course he was signing himself. Because then he was touching them, he was like, you needed to see it, it's like a movie. You know, he come, look half an hour standing behind somebody and said, what are you doing? Go away from me. Then, give me. I wanted to do the studio works a year ago. Because at my opinion, they were ready, but my father's opinion, they were ready only 3 months ago. He trained them like a super good football team. They know, they work in a team, they know how to do it. And he was giving them, you paint this, you paint that. He trained them. Look, Christian, he worked for my father 10 years. And at the beginning, he was like crying because to work with my father, it was difficult. He was not easy person. He was not easy going. What are you doing? What? No. At the lately, when he was sick like a year ago, I was bringing artists to his home and they were working home. My mom was cooking them food and my father was teaching. Then he became better and he started again come to studio. Studio artist, 18. Like trained about 11. 8 we have new that study now from the trained artist, but they not producing paintings. They still studying. It's gonna take for them long time because a lot of, and we have line of artists that want to come for us, and I so far say no, but probably I have a huge office. I have third floor like open. I gonna allow them to come and work and but not to do copies, to create their own in my father's style. I want to help them. Yeah, we're trying to push them to be great like my father, but it's not possible. He had a super talent. Maybe Christian, maybe Andrea, other artists that years working with us, they need to give a burst to some new painting to continuation, and they will. They super talented. They good. But my father was very difficult teacher. Even when we did the art seminars like master classes, and people paid him $5,000 for day of training. And I told him, look, we collected a lot of money, be nice. And he was nice at the beginning, like, yes, nice to meet you, I'm Afro, Leonid. Wow, like people with the pictures, and then they start working. Said, what are you doing? What? I show you, you're blind. Person, I paid you 5,000. Dima, refund him money, I don't want to see him here. This was him. And I said, you ruin all my business, what are you doing? He don't learn, he don't listen, he came here for fun, I don't have time for him. So this was my father. I remember him every moment. No matter what I do, I hear his voice. Today I did video of the studio, and when I look on the paintings of the students, like not finished by Chris, yet they still like 30% done, I already hear his voice. Too many dirt. Remove, clean the palette knife, clean it faster. So this is how it was. And now we're trying to continue the same, to create copies done by other artists. So it's not forgery. So if the person thinks it's a forgery, my advice, friendly advice, leave my blog alone. There is other interesting things in the internet. Don't bother. Because I'm not talking to trolls. I'm not talking to people that just sitting home and have nothing to say to their family, to their friends. They want to type something online. They don't type anything good, they type only bad stuff. And I don't interesting even to read it. I just remove it. If it's interesting, I do the live show about it, but I'm not do the conversation. Okay? Yeah. Here he's saying, Dima, go sleep. Yeah, I'm gonna go sleep soon. So we're opening the foundation of Leonid Afremov. From November 1st, we're gonna help artists all around the world with our supplies, with paint, canvas, advices, and marketplace where they're going to be able to sell their work. It's going to be free. I'm not charging anything. I'm giving to them. Also, it's still not, I don't know how, but we're going to do the competition for the best artist work, and we're going to give them financial bonus. Not big, it's not Nobel Prize, but it's going to be something special. We're going to support artists in this. You know, everybody support poor, they support sick, they support the environment. We're going to support artists in the places when they have no food, when they are poor, but we're going to give them ability to create works, to work, to create new art. Maybe new Van Gogh there, maybe new Chagall, maybe new Afremov is there. But he don't have canvas, he don't have oil, and then he don't have money to buy food, so he don't even think about art. And we're gonna give them maybe like a scholarship, like monthly royalty, if we see he's really good. There's no obligation, no contract. So don't think we're planning that, oh, okay, but you owe me, I'm gonna, nothing like this. It's just a charity. Now it's gonna be available from November. Okay? This is our plans. Thank you very much. I did 15-minute show. I already see my wife, she's like doing circles around me, like go sleep. I can't. I visited today my father in the cemetery. All my thoughts, it's not home, not there. Okay, thank you very much. Don't forget, deal of the day, couple paintings available, other categories painting available signed by my father, and studio works available at $109. Super cheap price, just to support the studio. It's nothing there for me, it's just support shipping and studio works, because it's calculated very simple. Half of the price, it's material and shipping. Everything else, artists, electricity, air conditioners, oil paints. Soon I'm gonna increase price for the studio, of course, but now it's still 109. Thank you very much. See everybody tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm gonna do the video from Cancun. I'm going to Cancun and I want to show you this beautiful city. Bye bye.